pose with the applause, new gold Spider-Man back.
Yeah.
That's not how you do that.
That just hits different after COVID, doesn't it?
God.
Oh, but when you promised to never ever do that spell? That was 300 years ago. That promise has expired.
Unlike Mickey Mouse's freaking license.
Welcome back, everyone, to another reaction. We are here today to watch Hocus Pocus. I'm joined by Chris.
Hello.
And Jeremy.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh, shit.
What were we watching, guys?
Oh, hey, look at that. Look at your little box there.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm ready.
Okay. Nice.
Official tie-in cereal. I love it.
I'll redo that intro. I can't believe I said fucking Hocus. Maybe I should leave it because it's funny.
No, you just leave it. Yeah.
It is funny.
Yeah. You all know Chris has been around, and you might know Jeremy. He's got his own YouTube channel over here. We've got the Pop Culture Nihilist, and he's also started a new channel called Lucid Memory, right?
Yeah.
And what is that channel?
So it is a channel kind of dedicated to nostalgia. I know the three of us are kind of in the same age group, and I've got a very idealized perception of the later 80s, early 90s, stuff I grew up on loving, from video games to music, and I integrate those two things together. Lucid Memory is kind of a nostalgic, rose-colored glasses view of pop culture from that time. So I'm doing a lot of synthwave music, a little bit of lo-fi hip-hop. There's ambience videos with like retro arcades and stuff like that. And it's been fun. I woke up this morning and my video for the song Send Me an Angel, which was done by Real Life in 1983, it was popularized in movies like The Wizard and Rad and Teen Wolf 2. It's hit 1,000 views, which is pretty good for just over 60 subscribers. So if you guys want to check that out, head over and subscribe.
Yeah, I'll put a link to his channels down in the description below. Thanks for joining us, Jeremy. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Well, we're here today to watch, like I said, Hocus Pocus 2. And these two guys are, if you've seen any of Jeremy's Pop Culture Nihilist channel, his live streams that are really fun to, and reviews that he does over there. He's definitely a big fan of the horror genre, and Chris is my old college roommate who's also a big fan of horror genre. And so during the month of October, we're going to try to, I'm the kind of a noob in this area, so this month we're going to try have them hold my hand and guide me through some of the basics to this genre. And this one was kind of off the cuff as far as Hocus Pocus 2, because it just happened to be coming out this past weekend, so we decided to maybe jump on that, see, maybe it'll get a few extra clicks because people are searching it up. But we got some other things. Chris and I and his sister have already recorded Sleepaway Camp and Reanimator.
Nice.
Both were a lot of fun. You'll have to go check out the reactions to that. I don't know exactly which order things are going to be posted, so y'all just check out the channel. You'll find it on there. Yeah, I haven't seen Hocus Pocus, the first one, in a long time, so I'm probably a little. I know the general premise of the story. The virgin boy brings back the three witches, and it's they run amok over town trying to get them back in before the dawn of the next morning, and all this stuff. But I don't know. Do you all have any background, any memories from the original one, and expectations, any of that stuff? Anybody want
to? Well, it was never one of my favorite movies, but I'm very familiar with it because my sister watched it all the time. But so that's kind of my memories of it, is kind of almost like through her eyes, Okay. But yeah. What about you, Jeremy?
So, a lot of people have that first crush, like for some people in our generation, it was maybe Michelle Pfeiffer, maybe Nicole Kidman from Batman Forever. I was a big Bette Midler guy.
Oh,
that may surprise some of you, I know. Yeah. No, to be honest with you, I was not a person who watched a lot of family films that were horror adjacent. I didn't see Hocus Pocus until last year, and the reason is because at this point it's kind of turned into a almost a Halloween staple, like a classic with a lot of people, and I had to get in on that and figure out what the
What's it
fuss
all-
was
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And I got to be honest, I don't get it. I
I
still
don't either.
For what I remember, it's a very kids movie. You know, it's very family friendly movie. The first one was anyway, so I don't expect this to be any different. But we'll see. You know, I'm open.
Yeah, and it does have a great cast. I mean, Doug Jones, who plays the zombie guy in the first one, he returns in this. And if you're not familiar with Doug Jones's work, he is just one of the most Billy. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
He's one of the most iconic creature
Absolutely.
actors of our time.
Is he in the Star Trek series? Is Doug Jones? Is he in Discovery? Is that Doug Jones?
He is. Yes.
Okay, I was like, that's so familiar. I know that. Okay.
And I would have to dig a little deeper to tell you all of the different characters that he's played in horror movies.
He's got
but
such
he's
a unique like
staple-
facial
Yeah.
structure. Like he's.
Yeah.
I can see why he does all these awesome
He's in
roles.
some Guillermo
Pan's
del Toro
Labyrinth. I
movies.
think a lot of Guillermo del Toro's
Yeah.
films he did. So he's like a contortionist, really cool physical actor. So that's a cool thing. And then I kind of joked about Bette Midler. She's a iconic actor. You know what I mean? She's been in everything. Kathy Najimy, she voiced Peggy Hill in King of the Hill. So she's got a really
Okay.
nice voice acting resume. And then Sarah Jessica Parker, of course, from
course.
Sex and the City and.
Oh, I know her from Flight
Other
of the
stuff.
Navigator.
Yeah, good. That's a good deep pull. Yeah, for sure.
I
So,
love that movie. That was one of my favorites. So.
and I think we're Disney fans here. I mean, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be a consistent quality. It's not going
Yeah,
to be a poorly
true.
produced movie. So maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. I know I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Well, at least the first one, behind the scenes, Mick Garris was one of the writers who, it's gone on to be like this big Stephen King filmmaker.
Shout out to Mick Garris.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
a really cool
Absolutely.
guy. I actually met him at Pensacon a couple years back. We hung out and talked movies for a while. He's got a podcast called The Postmortem Podcast where he interviews horror directors and everything. But he is not only, like you said, a huge Stephen King translator. I guess he's directed so many Stephen King properties. But he's also like a horror historian. So very cool guy.
Absolutely. And a beautiful voice, that podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Butter.
What a voice. It's great. All right, y'all. If you're ready, we'll do Hocus Pocus 2. In 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. We got a Disney logo here, you know. Damn, I need to slow down. Maybe this will make for a good reaction.
The only loaded Hocus Pocus 2 reaction on the internet.
Old crow. Let me guess, we're starting in the past to establish some new rule set to explain why perhaps
Why they're back.
Why they're back, right, exactly. Actually, isn't this the same shot that the first one started with? Like, I don't know.
haven't
The
watched
fly
it.
in and then into the town of the past? Literal
Definitely
same.
started in the past, yeah.
Well, that was enough for me today.
Nice ADR there.
Yeah, right.
It's quite the bonnet.
Surprise! But Winnie, look who you made.
Oh, that's the sisters.
Sound dolls like pigs. I've been told I'm getting old and I must marry. John Pritchett. Reverend
You're like
Charles
13.
Cranston said it was his duty since father died. We searched for the largest one we could find.
Yeah.
It's adorable. What shall we name it? Tis the Reverend. Hide. Act as if we're not here.
Well, it didn't go on. That's what that means.
Yeah.
We're not here.
Oh, praise God. apologize, Reverend. It is only she is so ugly and unpleasant.
Our surprise! If I shall marry anyone, it will be Billy Butcherson.
What? Why me?
Because we are soulmates!
Since when?
Since we shared that kiss in the graveyard.
Scandalous.
Think soothing thoughts, smell of fresh mud. The Reverend screamed when he saw the spider. The soothing of thoughts.
Is that familiar or another witch?
Was the crow was in the first one?
I don't know if the crow was actually.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it.
Oh yeah. Ooh, nice. Oh, that's right. They need children to
Why
live
didst thou come
longer.
into the woods?
We had no choice. They were gonna take
She's
us
from Ted Lasso.
upstairs.
Thou art
Oh yeah,
different
the
from
boss.
the other children I have
Eaten.
met. They feared thou wouldst corrupt them.
Whoop.
I do remember the book from the.
Got all the spells. Spellbook. The eyeball.
Magic has a way of uniting things that ought to be together. Happy 16th birthday, child.
She turned into leaves.
She's all right, but she's no Bette Midler.
This is when
I really like the production design. It's cool looking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a great looking movie.
Absolutely.
Like you were saying, that's gonna have a minimum level of.
smoke
Yeah.
and flame.
I was thinking of that in the woods when the moon was like the background was like it's just, it was beautiful.
Mystica.
Oops.
Work of the
The
spider.
spider.
All right.
There we go.
You were right. Your prediction for the intro.
Well, maybe half right. Was there is that spell or something? The explanation why they're back? Because they die at the beginning of the first one, at the end of the first
No.
one.
At the end of the well, they died and then the book opened its eye like
Okay, so
at the end.
leaving that possibility for whatever.
Possibility, yeah.
All right, now we gotta meet the new kid crew. It's like the #1 criticism I get in comments on YouTube is like, the guy on the right is just predicting shit and blah blah blah.
Birthday rituals, scary movie marathon, same as every year, you know. Yeah.
Witch stuff.
Which stuff? Man?
Sorry I'm late. I decided to have 2 breakfasts. Oh, and you gotta come check out Ryan's car. We covered the entire thing in tinfoil.
Why?
Because it's funny. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Oh, Freddy Krueger sweater.
Good call.
You're coming, right? We invited the whole grade, even Glenn. Yo, Glenn! Glenn! What? So Glenn.
You're throwing a party tonight?
Even Glenn.
Impossible. Your dad would never
I
let
made
you
an
do it.
inference.
Is that a spell? Okay.
That is spell? No.
Focus.
Jesus.
Real talk. What is an inference?
Right. Freaking this kid out.
What did you do? Everyone, settle down.
I said say tan. I was literally listing vegan food.
See? She admits it. That's enough. Mike, Becca,
Vegan food
principal's
safe.
office now.
Man, that's all it takes to get sent to the principal's office nowadays? Shit.
Saturday detention. Thanks a lot.
Principal's
Wait.
ready to see you now, Becca.
How did he get detention?
I don't even know what any of them did.
Yeah. That's just like a normal kid interaction. Like, shut up and
Yeah.
take the fucking quiz. Like, isn't that the appropriate response?
I guess if any school was gonna do it big for Halloween, it would be in Salem.
In
though.
Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the preacher.
Is it the same actor?
Spider preacher, yeah.
It is.
I cannot pull his name from Arrested Development,
Yeah.
but he's one of the brothers.
The brother with the rubber hand. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Into a sacred circle.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig his pumpkin sweater.
You can see yourself wearing that.
Yeah, I can wear it.
They all have all three of the girls have a necklace that's
Yeah.
got this circle. They're all different icons. I wonder if that all tie in.
The Sanderson sisters vowed they would one day return to take revenge on all of Salem.
Guess in case you haven't seen the first one, don't remember.
Yeah.
That is a person who has never lit a candle. But perhaps the sisters can I finish this? Thank you.
Get to the new part. Come on.
If the candle is melted, then no one can light it, and they can't come back, right?
You are right. They cannot return. That is, unless there
Unless, there we go.
another candle.
There we go.
Black
So I
flame
think
candles are half
only a
off.
virgin can light it. My man is definitely not a virgin. You see that robe?
All right, Binks.
So, what can I get from my favorite customers?
Just this.
It's like he wants them to resurrect.
Yeah,
him.
exactly. He's like,
yeah,
how many
yeah.
seeds can I plant?
I just kind of felt drawn to it. And besides,
Well, this is like Old Salem,
nice to be in the country
riding
of
through it.
nature. The park behind my house has great nature too.
Yeah.
But you know who did? Glenn.
Cool city in.
The moon, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually using sound stages like they did back in the first movie too.
My mom is shopping for snacks for the movie marathon, and she.
One of those trick candles.
What if that crow's gonna show up?
Oh, uh-oh.
With a
The
little
black
black
hand flame.
How was that?
Here we go again. Nope. Oh, there we go. Woo! This with the applause, new gold Spider-Man back. Yeah.
They look pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, they do.
We were running wild and so reviled, raising Cain
Still
until
got
we
it.
were exiled.
There's your girl. Oh, musical.
This movie does have big theater energy.
Yeah.
It's so goofy.
Who are they performing for?
That was pretty good.
You think they just remember some spells by now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had time to practice.
Okay, all sorts of serums and lotions.
Oh, lotions. Like potions. Potions.
Yup, just like potions, except better because the souls are already
Connection.
mixed
Oh,
in.
I knew there was something.
No more luring children to their demise? No, they're already demised.
Oh, that's a great time.
Luring. 'Twas my only job. Here we are.
Just powerful indeed. Look, observe, sisters. It glows with a sickening light.
Yeah, that's fluorescence for you.
The gates, they parted for her. Oh, she
That's
must be
slick.
very powerful. So
I
am
think they
I.
had those in the 90s when they were running around.
Yeah, for real.
Did they? When did the sliding doors come? I don't remember.
I've always remembered them, but maybe.
Yeah, 1970s, let's say.
Oh, here we go again. Yep. That's what they did.
You just look for anything that says you. It's working.
I actually love this lotion potion connection.
Yeah. How much do you think Walgreens paid for this?
You're right. It's like we want our shit to be in there.
Yeah. I just find these like tie-ins just completely disgusting. I don't know why.
Yeah. Product placement.
Yeah, it's
Gross.
probably just
What are they thinking?
We're
So, like-
obsessed with those looks.
Can I take a photo?
It's them.
yeah.
What's a
Y'all were
photo?
alive in the 90s. What a-
So good.
Well, only for a night.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fair.
I guess that is fair. That's fair.
It's just bad life. That's not good.
What's she doing? Just grabbing shit?
Yeah.
Salt. You need salt. Remember? She's got it.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. I remember that from the first one.
That's some Beatles. Find something, anything. We must fly.
Yeah, I knew it.
The Swiffer. Yeah. She had a vacuum last time.
Oh, she's got a.
How's that work?
That's pretty good.
The man said,
Actually, these green screens look just as bad as the original.
Yeah.
You know they gotta have fun playing those roles though.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I bet it's a
Yeah.
blast.
We have to get the book out of here. The witches will be here any second.
Oh, he made it.
The book is alive.
He woke up?
He's a nerd. He knows about this shit.
hey, buddy.
He wanted it to happen, I think.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. It's so incredible. I can't
Was he a
believe
character
this.
in the first one? I just don't remember.
I can't believe it worked.
Probably so. I don't
What were
remember.
they like?
No, what do you mean it works?
Did they sing? Because you know they love to sing.
Wait, you knew that was a black flame candle?
I am so sorry I had to trick you, but I couldn't light the candle myself. It wouldn't have worked.
Well, why not?
Hey, like you said, Chris, ain't no virgin.
No,
you,
yeah.
saw, you saw the cloak.
You're evil.
Only because it had to be.
Throw them in that dungeon. My pleasure.
The dungeon.
Ow. Jesus.
Man. Yeah.
Goodbye. Good work.
So where's the third friend gonna play into all this, though?
Right?
Whose dad is who they recognize as the old guy who tried to marry him off.
Hear these shout. Heed my words. There's no way out.
Yeah, she's gonna see the flower on the floor.
Right. Yeah, it showed the insert of the flyer. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to bring you back ever since I saw you that night.
You're right.
Yeah.
That night.
Can't remember. It's been too long.
We're about to see a flashback, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Halloween, 1993. I chased you all the way to the cemetery.
Yeah, this was not in the first one. This is just added.
But I'm too weak. Mother said one day witches would rule Salem, and what have we done instead?
It's a lesson in blocking, I tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you promised to never ever do that spell. That was 300 years ago. That promise has expired.
Unlike Mickey Mouse's freaking licensing.
You got it.
They said the book didn't like it.
I don't think he cares for that spell.
The book shouldn't have said it.
Oh, no, not your teeth. They're your calling card. Help me, Daddy.
There you go.
Oh God.
Resistance is futile. Show me the power spell.
Where's this Star Trek fucking call out? Resistance is futile.
Beware the power spell. Nonsense. We'll simply dig up my old lover, Billy Butcherson.
Billy.
Bringing it back. Okay, that's nice.
Oh, you said hourglass with H. Yes, no, that I do have actually. Yeah, I think I misheard you when you said it before.
I think it's Binks.
The Binks boy.
Yeah.
He lives.
I thought it
That's just
was.
Cobweb. He's my cat.
I know.
Binks was released at the end of the. I want to meet his sister, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Glenn's the life of the party, huh?
Party.
The Sanderson sisters are back and they're coming after your dad. I can't hear. Are you there? I think you might be covering your camera. I can't see you.
What is she supposed to be? Oh, okay.
Zombie referee? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess so.
She can't hear us.
There.
Okay, head of the lever.
Here's Bill. Billy. That's quick.
Stop! I am a good zombie. Oh, no, wait!
He's gonna get back in the grave.
Fuck this.
I'm doing a spell to kill Winifred. Sorry.
Alright, it'll go right back. Yeah, I didn't catch that at the beginning. That was the guy she said she actually liked was him. Yeah.
Oh, get ready.
I want to go to Salem for Halloween. I know this isn't really Salem on Halloween, but I bet it is popping there.
I bet it's bombing, yeah. That's not how you do that.
That just hits different after COVID, doesn't it?
God.
No one believed them that they'd be better dead there.
Like, I gotta get out of here. I can't spend the whole movie like.
Curse and let us out. Lift the curse and let us out.
The third girl's barely been in it.
Yeah, she's gotta come into it.
Yeah.
They're after her father, so. Hello. There we go. Nice ringtone.
Hey, Mr. Trask, it's Becca.
Where?
At your house.
Oh,
With boys.
didn't even realize that was her dad.
Yeah, yeah. There was a shot about the poster of him running for mayor, and they were like, "Oh, our friend's in the poster this time."
Yeah, she made
And it showed her and him.
I got it.
Man, this movie's complicated, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I missed the boyfriend thing, missed the daughter thing. Chris, fess up, come on. You caught everything.
So
you were like, he's not a
mean,
virgin. Can't you tell?
He's sweating.
He's sweating.
That's great. That's brilliant.
That's a nice little.
It's totally like the Necronomicon or whatever the
Yeah.
book. What was the Darkhold in Doctor Strange?
Darkhold, yeah. I mean, we are dealing with witches, so.
Yeah. Doctor Strange could actually show up in this movie.
I mean, something by Disney.
Could you imagine?
This is all part of the MCU. We just didn't know.
The multiverse movie we all wanted.
Oh, yeah, we gotta have a stage show at the Halloween party, right, where they sing.
What do you call yourselves?
The original.
Boom, boom.
Is that what I look like?
The guy that
You look foxy. Lose the teeth.
Mind your business, girl.
Amateur.
They're doing a bit.
Try to keep up.
Here we go.
One way or another.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get you. One way or another.
Excuse me while I cringe inside out. It's like the scene from Ghostbusters 2016. That looked like Patrick Stewart just now, dressed like
Yeah.
the Egyptian.
Maybe his kids are big fans and he had to do a cameo.
That's from the original Hocus Pocus. They're watching Hocus Pocus? Wait a minute.
That messes with my head.
get it.
I didn't get it either. Yep, so this movie's just too smart for us.
Yep, it is, man. It's like these young whippersnappers.
I'd say I think my moment was at the very beginning. I think it took me a little bit too long to realize that those kids were the sisters. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, is this 3 girls? And y'all were like, yeah.
Well, you covered it good because I didn't realize you didn't realize.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't want to go home and check on his daughter. He really wants that fucking apple.
It's just.
It was me and Lucky stumbled upon the village idiot. Are they?
We'll explain, but inside now.
Oh my god.
Your boyfriend, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
You're so informed, right? So you need to explain that too.
I feel like Sarah would be inappropriately coming on to him in the first movie.
Yeah. Dude, that's exactly from the first movie. That's what you did. Hey, what's up?
I watch these on TV all the time. Well, I love them.
I need you.
I wish I knew the steps. Hey! Wow. Hey, I got tons of steps, man. I got tons of routines.
Where's his apple?
We're done the choreos out.
Oh yeah.
Apple. That was well done. Seriously, where's my apple?
Yeah.
Good
Whoa,
eye.
whoa, who's got my apple? Whoa, hey, Sandy, no. Oh, come on, no.
Said he closed. That's all he fucking wanted.
Well, if it isn't. What's her name again? She's
Fake out, right?
Gotta be.
Edward.
Yeah.
Edward.
How could it possibly be Edward? You
Oh,
silly
never mind.
Never mind. We'll cut that.
Well,
Yeah.
bye.
Please don't.
Can you just blow it? Like blow it out of the way?
Good workaround. Yeah.
As long as there's no open windows,
No.
everybody's safe.
Yeah.
This? Oh no, this is just water.
Good idea. Good
Just walk out of there.
How about, I'm up here,
Yep. Just leave.
Let me explain.
Stop! I'm happy!
Just like Reanimator.
Get him!
Right.
Yeah, right?
Sound of my voice, you dustbag!
It's been kind of a crazy night, which you would know if you'd have been there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't exactly feel welcome, you know.
All right, get past this shit. Come on.
You ditched us.
What are you talking about? I kept asking you guys to hang out, and you would just flake or not respond.
Because everything you wanted to do involved Mike and his friends.
Yeah, it was like you suddenly had an entourage, and we couldn't hang out with you.
I want to know what's going on with y'all's necklaces.
I didn't know you
All
guys
have the
were
same
out.
one.
How could you not know?
Because
Sorry, Cassie's party is over. It's time to go home. Yeah. It's an older crowd than I expected. Wow. You're the Sanderson sisters, right? I love the commitment. I love
the shirt.
Witch face. I hate the Sanderson sisters.
Buster. Buster Bluth.
Yep. Buster Bluth, yep.
Wasn't that great? God knows what kind of unchaperoned house party you were throwing in there, and then I come home to like the gothic Golden Girls in my garage. Very bad Halloween.
Oh no.
They're gonna suck up.
Oh no.
What are those, like Roombas? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Do you see this?
It's pretty good. Chekhov's Roomba.
In the first one, she flew a vacuum, and the cord of the vacuum came in handy at the end of the movie.
My mom was sleeping over at Cassie's.
Oh wow.
Oh damn! That was probably the scariest moment in the whole. Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, she got some
Yeah, that was good.
Whoa!
sparkle hands.
Young Wanda over here.
Yeah, right.
Let's go.
Are they gonna set up like a new crew of 3 for future or something?
Probably. Yeah.
Good costume, dude.
Cassie?
Hello, Billy.
Hello, you withering hag.
thou hast nothing
Careful,
nice
I'll get you sent to the
say.
principal. Oh, I thought they grabbed that off the shelf or something earlier. What was? She didn't find it, I guess. No.
Should we? No. Cassie.
Fuck him.
Hey! She's got her own coven, you witch.
Are they more powerful together?
Yeah, what's going on?
Stop dancing around, you fool! Get them, get them!
Oh.
I am not a fool. I am a good and loyal
So she was always the strongest, and now they have
to
it.
be seen as such.
Create a little conflict between them.
Shut up and get going!
Of course, with pleasure.
Never mind. Oh, the book's got a mind of its own. Here we go. He wants a new coven.
They've got all the powers of a mild taser.
Yeah.
Just like zap. Ow!
Your phaser's on. Done.
Okay, is there anything that we can do?
Yeah, all the new bitches. I mean, witches.
Magic on yours?
Witch, please.
I don't think it's a coincidence that those words rhyme.
Just one stop. I think what is valued most dearly, thou shall have to trade.
She's gonna trade her sisters.
Book's like, no, don't do this shit.
Most.
There y'all go.
You are, you still can't win!
This is my spell. They are mere parasites, leeches enjoying the spoil. I am Elaine, the most powerful one.
You couldn't even finish the power spell.
Magica. Maxima.
Kind of creepy looking. In like a sexy Bette Midler kind of way.
Yeah, she pulls it off.
Oh shit. They have raised the stakes.
Yeah.
This is the first one. Yo, bitches, we the witches.
Well, well.
You should have read the warning.
Why, what powerful test it might be.
Must read the end before Doctor Strange is going to show
Power
up.
spell? It takes what you value most.
Your sisters are gone.
No witch. Thought nothing but a silly child.
No, not Sarah.
Winnie?
It's Thanos all over again.
Winnie?
This is like the longest, most drawn out dissolving process ever.
Thanos snapped away half the life in the universe faster than this shit.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No. But from their point of view, I mean, they were just a bunch of kids who just got picked on and tried to marry away. I mean, I can relate.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't relate, but I understand.
I feel like that's where this one is heading. Some sort of reconciliation.
Yeah, they're going to be good in the end. God damn,
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
believe that.
The real villain's the patriarchy, Nick.
It's true. True. Of course it is. Penises.
What a price you paid.
I must find a way.
Yep, here's the redemption.
Wilt thou help me?
What, you're willing to give up your powers?
My powers are nothing without my sisters.
Book chose you. We're with you.
Such a sucker. That kind of got me a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Spell for reuniting. Okay.
I wonder if the power dynamic will change if the sisters come back with powers and she doesn't have powers anymore.
Malika Mystica.
I think it's going to make them all
Cast the
just
spell
human.
to reunite.
Yeah.
It's just a copy to Malika Mystica.
But what happened? Where are they? Dost thou speak the spell correctly?
Oh, it's
The
done.
spell doesn't bring them back. It sends you to them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look at her.
How many children did they kill? I mean, I'm not keeping score.
I love your timing.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a modern drive to make the villains developed and for you to
Absolutely.
understand. Oh, he's sweating and now he's crying. It cries. Sorry, I don't have the gender of the book.
Like, forever good?
Like, gone as in never, ever, ever, ever coming back, right?
Yes and no. It's open.
Stop, brothers and sisters!
Look at how much money this makes.
Right.
We're here to help. Tis about time.
That totally is Doug Jones, dude. No.
That final
Oh, he's going too.
undoes.
You're really Butcherson, Winifred's boyfriend. Oh,
Actually, no. Actually, no.
That is not the story, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, he's
the
gonna
truth
correct
today.
it. Yeah.
I promise.
It was just one kiss.
Yeah.
You're not nearly as vile as I thought.
Bug could use a new home.
Oh, it smiled.
Darkhold is hers.
Okay.
Resurrecting evil witches, and then finding out your best friend is a witch, and then helping her do a spell.
And their necklaces never came into it. I was completely wrong.
Yeah, so you missed out. Or you know, it's just.
Or they're just planting a seed for a sequel.
Do you think Susan left those cookies out? Oh yeah.
Oh, they're
They're
doing the
starting
walk.
to
Oh,
walk.
well, they did the walk. I used to do that as a kid, but I was never a witch. That sucks.
How do you know?
Oh my god. Oh,
No way.
oh, music video at the end. Well, how about that? What'd y'all think? Yay, nay. I mean, it was entertaining. I guess it was. You know, it's a kids movie, Disney movie. It's
Yeah.
alright.
I liked it a little better than I thought I was going to like it. It's a couple of the lines were pretty funny, and the witches I actually really liked. That was at before the girls did the walk and stuff. I was thinking, like, how boring is it going to be if these are the new witches compared to these, where they have the crazy hair, they have
good point.
Right.
all the movement. There's just so much personality in these witches. I'm like, well, they're just going to have regular teenage girls be, but then they kind of ended it with the walk, so maybe they'll
Develop their own.
develop. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a family and I had young sons and daughters that were like, up to 7, 8 years old, I could see it being a movie that a family would really enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might, and it's hard to be objective, but I might go so far as to say this is a better movie. I think the first one kind of, carved out a spot in the zeitgeist because of the age people were when they saw the original film. Having not seen it back then and then seeing them, relatively close together, I feel like this one kind of improves on a lot of the things that the first one didn't quite do as well. I did like the cat in the first one. There was a lot of there was a lot of callbacks, which is, very trendy, very popular thing to do right now, where there's scenes that emulate scenes from the original. There's inside jokes of things that you've seen before. But, kind of to Chris's point, I liked it more than I thought I was going to. There's the aesthetic of it, right? Like, just in itself, the production value evokes Halloween. The fact that it's in Salem reminds me of childhood portrayals of Halloween. So, like, I think there's merit to it. I
Yeah.
think the witches all seem like they're having a really good time. So, like, they're, the actresses playing the witches from the original movie, they all seem like they're having a really good time playing the roles. They all just seem to have fun with it. So I enjoyed watching it, though I have a really hard time saying, like, it was a good movie,
I technically didn't watch the old one here recently, but like a few days ago after we decided to do it, I went on Disney Plus and I just kind of scrolled through the movie to kind of refresh myself. But I didn't watch it. I probably spent 20 minutes going through the whole movie to kind of refresh myself or whatever. So I kind of wish I watched the old one all the way through to make that more direct comparison. Like you've had Jeremy a little bit more recently, but even that 20 minutes, you probably heard me call out like when in the hallway, let's spread out. Yeah. Right, and she like literally stretches. That happened to be one of the moments I was clicking through and stopped it. It's like that's direct from the old one, So there's a lot of those moments, but I think you're right, Jeremy, in that they it probably is a better movie than the original in the sense that this movie called upon more of the modern techniques of filming than maybe the original did, or something like for its time, in context of its time, and it seemed to be a little bit more layered. Well, of course, that's by design in one sense that they have another movie to reference from, whereas the first one's the first. So there's no, you only can go like 2 layers deep, whereas and this one can go that extra third layer because they can reference their own thing. So but it was entertaining. Not movie of the year or anything like that, but it was really good. Like you were both saying, that the original cast is exactly who they are, and now we're all like a 40-year-old crowd here, and there's this thing like once you get so old for like 20 or 30, 40 years there, you're basically, at least visibly, the same person,
just old.
You're just old. So they all came back to their roles, and especially with makeup and effects and everything. They look great. Virtually look exactly the same as they did. Maybe we have some screenshot comparisons or something. You'd know some differences, but they were. I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining. Jeremy's point about originally about how there's at least going to be a baseline standard because it's a Disney film. They wouldn't invest into it otherwise. You know what I mean? It's kind of you're watching other like watching certain live action adaptations from old cartoons within Disney. They might not be the best movies on their own in the world, but there's going to be a certain baseline.
There was a sense of danger, though, in the first movie. Like, the first movie opened with them killing a little girl and turning a boy into a cat forever.
That's a good point.
And they mentioned Virgin, like, dude, I watched 20 minutes of a whole thing, like, just fast forward through. And, like, every time I stopped, it was like, Virgin this, Virgin that. Virgin, like, they don't do that shit anymore.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
They had one line earlier on about like, what's a virgin? And they played it off as a joke, someone who lights a candle or whatever. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I think that now it's like the characters were set in the first movie, but now even the actresses have to know how beloved these characters have become. And so, they were like eating it up, and they were like, and those characters are so much fun to watch. Like they really make the movie.
It's almost like a stage show where you have to be just overly expressive to really capture. Yeah, it's really good actually. I mean,
even when Bette Midler is like, front and center.
Jeremy's girl.
When Jeremy's girl's front and center, the other two are like, doing stuff off to the side. There's always something to watch.
Going on.
See.
Right. If anything, like, I hope the movie does well, but does it need another sequel where the young crowd takes over?
Chris, I think that's a really good point, actually. And I think it's fair to say almost across the board that what was considered children's entertainment back in the 1980s, back in the 1990s was substantially different as far as sensibilities went. Like you look at something like The Goonies or something, something really iconic where like there's definitely adult undercurrents within that. I think what this Hocus Pocus did was give us a more like female perspective. It tried to round out the characters, I think, in a more meaningful way. It still fell really short of feeling like well-realized characters, but I appreciated that they tried to, build up the relationships between them a little bit more and make it about these 3 girls as a parallel to the sisters. And so there was some attempts at kind of social touching on social things that are going on in society right now, which is always cool. I also feel like we had to watch Hocus Pocus 2 because if nothing else, YouTube is the perfect platform for 40-year-old men to complain about children's content.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're all really
That's
doing
what we're
here?
doing here, man. Yeah. This is,
And I don't think we're really adding to that. And I think all of us are kind of approaching it like you guys have experience in filmmaking. I'm like movies. I like the process of making movies. I've worked on a couple of short films, nothing in any like professional capacity, but like I'm interested in how the sausage is made, and to see these, like Nick, you mentioned movies where they're using techniques that were available all the way back in 1993. They're not using the volume, which I feel like is what they're using for all the Marvel TVs and Star Wars and stuff now. Yeah, so it was kind of refreshing to see sound stages. So there's definitely cool things about it.
There's one thing that I don't know what you guys thought about this. I thought when they showed Buster was still playing the same, from the. I kind of thought they were going to reveal that he was this mastermind, like he was like, and it did not go that way at all. I don't know if he's just like a relative. They kind of just dropped that thread there,
100%.
They were going after the mayor, and they were like, meh.
Well, same with the necklaces. I was like, that's got to mean something. I mean, they're all wearing the same fucking little thing. And if anything, it was just to show that they were in a clique together or whatever. They were friends. Yeah. But it could be accessed later on in another movie about, this is actually the secret to blah, 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 blah.
Well, I wonder if it's just like they didn't want to hit it too hard because they talk about how they've been doing this witchcraft birthday ceremony since they were like very young.
Yeah.
And other movies like The Craft and stuff, they all have a similar necklace or so maybe they didn't want to
it was intentional to pull your attention away from something else that you might pick up on if you're an analytical person trying to break things down.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get them on this like necklace chain, and they won't even see this other thing coming.
Yeah.
And the townspeople, was that ever resolved? They all got possessed. And
well, the first one it was resolved in that they were all possessed and they would die by the morning if it wasn't all wrapped up. Yeah. And of course the witches get defeated, so they're released of the spell. Or in this one, it was just like, let's just have a random music, or maybe I missed it. It doesn't seem like a random musical number.
They did have a moment they stopped. They all surrounded the mayor. And
it was to get the mayor. It was to find
it was the mayor. And then they all kind of were like, oh, what are we doing? Like once they touched him, and but it was weird because it was almost like they did the spell so the townspeople would find the mayor, but the witches had already just like poo-pooed that idea. Like
on to the next thing.
They were like,
yeah, it was a fun movie. Like I'm glad I watched it. Keep up with.
It was fun to watch with y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the best part. Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Jeremy. It was great. Chris, as always, appreciate it, man.
These kids' movies just don't hit as hard when you're just by yourself. 2 o'clock at night.
And to think we're going from this to probably like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something.
Oh yeah, we have to step it up.
Around.
Yeah.
Y'all just wait. We're gonna step it up for you. Jeremy's going to join us for at least
ratings?
One more.
Yeah, definitely.
We could do that if you want to. What kind of?
Do you normally?
Actually, I wanted to mainly because I watched Holden do it. I was like, that's the thing to do. But like, I always forget to do it. But since you brought it up, we should.
Okay.
Jeremy, you started us. What would you rate to this movie?
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's got a good cast. It's got awesome cameos. Like if you're, somebody that watches movies and television, you're gonna recognize everybody in the cast from something or another thing. The black guy, I can't remember his Gilbert. He is in a movie that came out last year called Werewolves Within. It's based on the video game. It's really good horror comedy. Highly recommend checking that one out. But yeah, 2.5 just based on the fact that the production design was cool and the cast was fun. Really like the 3 leads. We're talking about dangling plot threads and things that didn't exactly pay off and all these little things that hold it back from what I would say is a strong recommendation. But if you like Hocus Pocus, you'll probably like this movie.
Right. Chris, what do you think?
I'm probably going to give it if we're doing it out of 5, I guess I would go 3, only because I was surprised that I love horror. I love horror stuff. This is just not, my wheelhouse, and I had more fun with it than I thought.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like in one train of mind, I'm like, this is not really my type of thing, so I'm gonna give it a lower rating. But like based on everything we said, and thinking about it from a sequel's point of view and modern filmmaking point of view, I mean, it's decent. But I kind of agree with you both. I'm probably a 2.5 or a 3 right in there. Like, just it's not. I don't know if I'll ever watch this movie again, but I'm glad I did watch it, especially with other people in a similar position. Like, if I watched this on my own, I feel like I would have been more bored with it, and even though not seeing it, almost like clicking through it, because like I get it. But drinking and watching it with some friends, definitely a 3.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was entertaining. It was fun. I'm glad we did it. But I am. It just makes me that much more wanting to like watch some actual horror genre stuff. Like I said, Chris, Chris and I had already watched 2 more firmly in that genre, and I kind of wanted to watch more of that. And but yeah, I'm glad I watched this. It was fun. Many a times, like, I'd never watched Game of Thrones. I still haven't, but I missed all of that phenomenon. There's something to be said about like when something's in the air in the culture that you're even if you don't like it as much as the hype is. Understanding it and be able to have those conversations with people, there's something to that. So on that level, I'm glad I watched this movie. So if people are talking about it, I'll get it, and I'm not like the weirdo that's on the side not understanding things. But
just watch Game of Thrones, dude.
Just watch Game of Thrones. See, I'm so torn because like I don't know any direct spoilers, but I've always heard like the last few seasons just.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that. So should I watch it up to like 5 and then stop? Like, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you joining me for this reaction. Chris, as always, Jeremy, thanks for joining us. We'll do at least one more, and actually within the horror genre, and the month of October should be a lot of fun. Thank you all. Any final thoughts before I do the wrap up? All right, awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us. Like the video if you did, dislike it if you didn't like it. I don't give a fuck. It actually helps us out either way. But if you're interested in full length reactions to this, pretty much anything else we've done, you can check out the link to Patreon down below.
Become a supporter.
Yes, absolutely. But I upload all that stuff. It's there if you want it. Regardless, I'm glad you came by. Come subscribe. Come back more. We're gonna watch other things. So without further ado, thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you all on the next one.